Smilchev's expectations, or my expectations, for Recon here in 2010 were actually pretty high. We were coming off last year expecting it to be a much more upbeat show, and in fact it's proven to be. There's a general consensus that the market's bottomed out, and I've been on a number of appointments, and people are actively pursuing investment opportunities, and there are increasing trades in the marketplace. The financing markets, capital markets are loosening up, and so there's generally an overall tone of optimism that the worst is behind us. I don't know that anyone's expecting a speedy or quick recovery, but people are taking increasingly riskier positions, and so far it's been very active. Monday in our booth, it was just bustling all day long. Virtually all the private rooms, all the tables were occupied, actively engaged with owners, a lot of interest in our available inventory, and I've been out on appointments throughout the leasing mall, and generally very uptone. Well, from last night's Retail Trends 2010 program, Hassam Naji opened it up with an economic overview, including addressing a very important issue, or an issue that everyone's thinking about, and that is the impact of the European debt crisis and what that means to the United States. And what I heard Hassam Naji say was, as a general statement, while it does have an impact, it's going to be nominal. Because when you look at the overall GDP of Greece and Spain relative to the United States, it's very small. And psychologically, if it is creating a sense that there's more risk in Europe, there will be more capital coming into the United States. And in fact, we're seeing more of that already. So that was a very positive statement. Hassam also pointed out that demographics and population growth would be key drivers of increased consumer spending as a positive impact on retail. Our panelists were absolutely superb in terms of sharing their insights. These are three of the most active investment firms in the United States, and what I heard from them is that they have almost unlimited access to capital at this point. However, it's directed at the best quality of assets. There's a tremendous amount of money domestically and globally that's looking to be placed, but they're trying to be very sensitive to bracketing risk and looking for opportunities. And the consensus amongst the panel was pretty optimistic in terms of their portfolios improving, in terms of just tightening up on their vacancies, and flat to slight rent growth, which is a positive. I would also say that the portfolios of our three panelists are typically among the better quality of real estate. So there still is caution out there that the secondary and tertiary markets are going to be a little slow on the recovery. And lastly, there is a huge question mark on the world of distress, because there's a tremendous amount of retail debt coming due either at the bank or CMBS level that at this point the banks are typically holding on to, and CMBS is working out. So there's a big question, over through the remainder of this year, as well as the next several years with debt maturities, what that's going to mean to the market. So, well, we've got the largest sales force focusing on retail investment properties in the United States, and one of our challenges, which is also an opportunity, is ensuring constant and continual education to all the nuances of what's happening in today's market. The practice of brokerage is a very specific skill set that needs to constantly be adjusted depending on the cycle we're in. And with the run-up between 02 and 07, frankly, as a retail specialist, there's different focuses in that, in running up in a market with profit takers versus in today's market really trying to help people get away from problems, debt maturities, etc. So one of the opportunities is basically redeploying, retraining, and redirecting our sales force, which we've been pretty effective at doing. Our 2010 numbers are up significantly over 2009. Challenges really are just being out there to meet the needs of the wide range of people that have issues. And typically people sell real estate for one of two reasons: either to take their equity and take advantage of a better opportunity, or to avoid a problem. And a lot of what we're doing today is just making sure we're doing problem avoidance. And another opportunity we're focusing in on, as we broker more single-tenant retail net lease than any other firm in the nation, we're making more of a push into food-anchored type retail of the A, B, and C levels, and we're spending a fair amount of time training and deploying our agents to that product type, because it lines up naturally with our depth of buyer relationships nationally, looking for diverse income streams and stability of food-anchored centers. So it should be a good year.